right with the almighty gods of cinema. The end is coming soon, and the time is now to repent for all your movie transgressions. Don't let that cinema devil creep on into your heart. In the name of Bruto Mattei, come home to the Dead End Drive-In.
All right, guys, we're back with Dead End Drive-In. I am Flesh Wound Dan, joined as always by Dirk and Darren of Subjective Perspective Collective. How are you guys doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good.
Pretty good, yeah. Surviving the summer heat in the UK, but
it's pretty rough here in Atlanta, so I sympathize. And because he's got to join, because we're quality tonight. I mean, horror masterpiece. We got Lauren Dixon. How are you doing?
I'm sweltering. Is what I'm doing. All in the dormer office, and somehow it's hotter than outside in this office right now. I do have an air conditioner working, but it's apparently failing against the incredible heat in the Jersey twilight here.
Yeah, I'm a baby with that stuff because mine, it's like it's malfunctioning, and it's not awful. It's still working to a degree, but I can still feel it. It's like 90 something outside, and
you could hang meat in this room. You know,
ooh,
wow! And maybe we will before we're over here.
But yeah.
You know, it's like 100 outside, or it was. So, whatever.
Well, it makes sense that we're talking slasher movies. It is the summer after all. So, and yep. we have two tonight that are very obscure, not really talked about a whole lot. So I think it'll be a lot of fun. We'll see just, are these underseen gems, or do they kind of belong in obscurity? We'll talk about it. But we'll kick it off with a film tonight that might be one of the most shameless ripoffs ever made. I would even go as far as to say definitely top 5 as far as shameless ripoffs go, and that is the 1989 slasher from writer Christopher Reynolds, Offerings. And in this film, 10 years after Johnny was pushed down a well, a young man kills off the neighborhood bullies who tormented him and leaves their body parts as presents for the one girl who was kind to him. As you would. She's not very appreciative of it in the film. But so this movie is it's a regional Oklahoma City area shot slasher film. It's wild because I don't know what they're trying to do. It's like an Oklahoma accent, and like some actors are trying to do Valley Girl. So it's a very bizarre, I don't know what's coming out of your mouth, but there's a lot of really weird things in this movie, but it is the most shameless Halloween ripoff I've ever seen. How they were not sued, I do not understand.
It's painfully blatant. It's busting you right over the fucking nose with it. You know what I mean? Like, it's like,
yeah, we've got Timu Loomis. It's all there.
I mean, the what about the tagline though? Remember him before he dismembers you. You know?
Cool tagline. I will give it that. I do like the tagline. But wow, is this random? And this reaches heights of stupidity. I never particularly liked this film, to be honest, but there were things I forgot. The fact that somehow the killer managed to kill a pizza boy en route, make him part of the pizza, make sausage out of him, the pizza in an hour, and serve the pizza to his victims. It's one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. This movie is so bad it borders on being good. I guess I'll give it that. It's not boring because there's just
No, you got the tropes with the kids bullying, and the mother's a fucking bully too. She's blaming him for, like he's gonna be like his asshole father that, like she's ashing in his fucking eggs while she's cooking them. Like,
and also the fact that this lady must have had him when she was like 68. Like the oldest.
Right. Mom. I was confused with that as well. I thought it's his grandmother or something. But the opening kind of got, for me anyway, like pieces, the opening of pieces, or certainly like Nightmares in a Damaged Brain or something like that. I kind of got.
I thought it was going to be kind of like Don't Go in the House.
Don't Go in the House. There's another one. Yeah. It's got that vibe, isn't it? Where
not that.
The mother just doesn't give a shit, basically.
But
odd too with the mom, because like that's just kind of after he gets pushed down the well by the most vanilla bullies I've ever seen on film. Like it's just a very like, we dare you to walk on that well. He gets
walk
pushed
around the well. Yeah.
He falls. Somehow that turns him into Freddy Krueger. I don't quite understand that, but oh boy, this movie stupid. Lauren, do you love this movie? Perhaps
not at all.
Okay, I was like, yeah.
I mean, I remember it being out. It actually got a release. That's kind of scary. But
1989. Doesn't it feel like it earlier in the decade? The look of it.
Well, I mean, I think that at that time there was a push. It was the death knell was coming. Like horror had crested, but there was still a lot of money perceived to be made. So you got a lot being thrown out, and there was some pretty high profile failures, whether the Horror Show or Shocker, which I know people love both those movies, and I like one of them quite a lot. But they didn't do particularly well, and they didn't launch franchises like they were clearly designed to do. But I think there was just a sense that no one was willing to say it was over. So they were putting out everything. And this is the most obvious, like, let's try to go back to the source of what started this entire movement and just ape it, and maybe we'll get a franchise out of it that could be the new thing. But there was just no appetite, and this film is way too generic for its own good, really.
We have 5 Halloweens by this point, I believe. So it's like, wow, like you would think you would try and throw something different at this story, but no. I mean, you have Loomis running around. You have the music cues that are right out of Halloween.
The fucking asylum.
Yeah.
Plot
and you have the prom night backstory.
Yeah.
That exciting incident and then the time jump.
It's bizarre.
You even got the killers fucking even it's like Michael eating with the half-eaten birds, the ducks and shit, and so like it's got
to be fair, like I'd rather eat duck than dog, so
yeah. But I mean it's so funny because the sheriff's like, no, look right there. You can tell that's a man's teeth right there in that belly.
No, you can't.
That was weird, yeah. What this film does as well, not just Halloween, it rips off. There's a scene with the nurse with the syringe that comes straight out to like Slaughter High. Slaughter High was 3 years before, maybe.
Where do you have to be in your life as a creative to say, I want to rip off Slaughter High?
Exactly. I love Slaughter High, probably for all the wrong reasons, but
it better be for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah. I don't want to go on a tangent, but I was always like fooled by that film because I was convinced that was like American, and then when you realize it was all shot in London, in Hertfordshire, I think it was like kind of got fooled. You're like,
37-year-old student Carolyn Monroe. In that,
we've got a few 37-year-old students in the next one as well. Like, camp kind of people. But,
we're gonna talk some old bastards playing much younger in the next movie, but there is a charm to a lot of regional slashers like this. I'll give it this much, considering it was made in Oklahoma. Hell of a lot more entertaining than Terror at 10 Killer, which I consider one of the worst of the worst.
Oh God, yeah.
I'm not going to co-sign that.
Ooh, you like Terror?
No. Do I have more fun with Terror at 10 Killer? Yes.
Ooh, I don't know that one. Oh, that's a rough watch. Sorry, Ben Grimm, if you're watching this, but
Not bad. It's okay.
What about Terror on Tour?
No.
Oh man, no. This one they do try to put in quite a bit of humor. I mean, I was laughing on that early scene where they're in like the mental hospital and you've got the dwarf for no reason. There's a dwarf. And
it
he's
doesn't
kind of
need
looking in the
anything.
room.
What does he say?
Yeah.
He says, "Yes, sir."
Yes, sir. That's it. Twice he said.
It's kind of implied that the orderly is fucking this dwarf, I guess.
I guess,
Like,
man.
I'm
don't
like,
know what the fuck's going on?
is this gonna circle around? But no, they just throw these random scenes.
I was getting fucking Ralphus vibes, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
what's going on?
expecting that little guy to pop up somehow and play something into the plot, but no, there was just let's
a
just do this
random scene
little
thrown
scene.
in there. Yeah.
may
You've
have
got to
We
give
should have had a
like,
whole lot more of that. Just weird random would have been better.
yeah. I mean, you got to give credit to some of the scenes. Like, I mean, they're trying at least. You know, you got the head in the vice.
Yeah, that's probably the best scene.
That's
for me.
got to be the standout kill scene, I'd say. Yeah. Until his head explodes, pretty much, in it.
But before that even happens, the shit that guy says, he's like, "All they want me for is my notes." Well, note this. Grabs himself and shit, and you're like, "What the fuck?"
As if it isn't
shit, you know.
As if it isn't bad enough ripping off Halloween, we have Edwin Neal, like the hitchhiker, not the actual actor, but basically the hitchhiker showing up in the as the morgue attendant, I believe he was. Yeah. I mean, there's not an original bone in this movie's body, but every once in a while we'll sidetrack to the sheriff just busting this ginger kid, jerking it to a smut mag in an abandoned house. Which again, you're thinking
box of porn as well, isn't he? This little kid.
The sheriff steals his porn. The sheriff
shit in my trunk. Yeah.
And he gives him the bird, then and then
he does. The kid's just like, "My name's Ben. Bend over," and then he like runs off. The cop's like, "Oh, you." Like as though he's not going to see him.
Stupid, that cop. He doesn't realize he's been, his name's Bend over until he's like well into the distance.
And this is like a long scene too that doesn't play into anything. It was just like, let's just put this, I guess, comedy in there.
I mean, some of that shit is, I fucking like laugh. I laugh my ass off when that the Loomis wannabe guy, like,
oh yeah, Timu.
He's looking at the folder of John. Is it John?
John Radley.
Yeah. He's like, he's doing like this with his finger. And there's nothing. It's a fucking blank white piece of paper. Like, what the fuck are you doing, man?
Did you guys laugh when he's getting shot up, and at one point she shoots her friend's severed head that he's holding. She just shoots it out his hand. Yeah. There are some moments like that did make me laugh. But
I mean, she unloads on his ass, and it don't do nothing really, and. I don't know, man. It's but the line where he's like, "John, wait, that blow to your head has made your thinking unclear. I can help you with that." And he fucking hands him the fucking flashlight like a fucking genius. I don't know, man.
I'm shocked they didn't just make him do a British accent, honestly. Yeah. Like, as shameless as this movie was, it's just like, just be Donald Pleasance.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't just give him that direction. But this is not a gem, and I can't remember who asked for us to review it, but I mean, I can't really consider this a gem. I hadn't watched.
Somebody asked for this. I thought you devised this shit, Dan.
It's come up like a few times, and I was like, all right, we can do offerings. I don't remember liking it. My memory was correct.
Okay.
But
yeah,
I was like, okay, Dan's got us watching these shitty slasher.
The both of them go well actually together, but I'm probably giving this film way too much credit. But the look of the killer, like in Shadow and all that, reminded me a lot of like Final Exam, which is in fact the Halloween knockoffs. But you've also got some of the so you've got the killer under the bed, and that's completely ripped off from Alone in the Dark. And I could go on and on. it seems to me all I'm saying is they ripped off this, they ripped off that. Not just Halloween, they just blatant every other slasher in the early 80s gets ripped off at some point in this.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, Halloween in particular, and I mean, you look at the 80s for the most part, you know, a lot of it was like we're either ripping off Halloween or we're ripping off Friday the 13th. Occasionally, like, you know, you get the Texas Chainsaw Massacre ripoff, but
I'm still trying to figure out how the hell was this $200,000 budget?
Oh, it wasn't. I can guarantee it that I saw that too, and I was like,
what the? No way.
No, I'm cutting that in half probably for this one, but you never know. Some people do overspend on movies like this, but wow. I will still maintain it's not boring.
It's not boring, no.
So
I mean, the acting's atrocious.
The acting is pretty bad, but spirited at least.
Is that the benchmark we're looking for? Is not boring?
Is that there is? I don't know. There's a couple parts that does fucking slog. You know, like when they're in the fucking
the middle.
House. Yeah. When they're in the house and the lights are about to go out and shit. I don't know, man.
I thought there were a couple actors that would have been okay with better direction. I mean, I was amused at least that these Oklahoma natives were trying to talk Valley Girl, but it kind of go in and out.
Yeah.
The accents in this are very strange. But it's, I'm sorry, whoever was asking for this one. I was thinking like maybe I'm misremembering and there were a few bits that I could highlight that were good, but unfortunately, no. I mean, and there's no info really on this film. Like, you're hard pressed to find a goddamn
it's not
thing.
A lot.
No,
it's like
the director made one other really obscure action film in 1991 called Lethal Justice, also in Oklahoma, and he edited a handful of things all within 2 years of this movie, and I could find nothing. Nothing from the director, nothing from the cast. If you had anything to do with this movie, you know, sorry for shit talking it so hard, but please like weigh in. I'm kind of curious to hear some stories about the production.
I did find out one thing though. So instead of payment, the actors got screen credit, deferred payment should the film show a profit, and a videotape of themselves to like help them with their next acting job. So like a show reel of themselves. Hey, that is going to get you another job. Acting this one.
It did not. There
that goes for everybody except the mother, mate. The mother, I think, was probably the best in the opening. Will you get in there, you little monster?
And another thing with this, it was mostly filmed on like Thursday evenings because a lot of the cast or whatever, you know, they had commitments to work and school and what have you. And I think they finished it off on like Thursdays and Sundays. So that tells you, you know, it's not really a completely serious film. They're just doing this, maybe a bit of a project, which kind of fair play, mine. They got the name out there. They got it on videotape and in stores. So,
and we're talking about it here on Visited by Voices all these years later. So that might be the highlight, but I mean, it's still an amusement piece as far as, you know, a mute child, psychopath escapes the asylum with psychiatrist in pursuit. Like, my God, guys, like you could be a little more subtle, but as it stands, unfortunately, this is not a good movie.
I gotta say though, I think Rob Zombie ripped this movie off for his Halloween.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he might have just been like, you know, this is revenge for my boy Carpenter. I'm just gonna take this. But oddly enough, no gratuitous nudity in this one. It kind of feels like a movie that would throw that at you. But
they might actually have to pay an actress, though.
They probably would. They probably would.
Yeah.
Sheriff was probably
the only reason I'm saying it is because of the bully shit, you know.
Yeah, which was very light again. I'm like, that's like a really easy thing to make you hate these characters. I don't quite understand why the girl was friends with all of them. It's like you killed they killed your buddy, shoved him in a well, and you're just buddies with them 10 years later. But there's a lot that doesn't make sense about this movie. Hey, look, for a guy that got shoved down a well as a kid, spent pretty much his entire life in an asylum, he's able to make a cannibal pizza in 1 hour and serve it. So
and don't forget about Mr. Franks in the insane asylum. Every time he takes a shit, he thinks he's having an abortion.
Yeah.
There is that going on.
There is that. Well, let's end the misery. What do you guys rate this one?
Fuck.
Oh God.
I'm gonna give it a fucking 1. It's getting a 1 out of 10, man.
I will give it a very generous 2, just because it might be fun for bad movie night, but it's not a lot of redeeming factors in this one.
Oh shit. This is where I've already put my score up on Letterboxd, so I can't go back on it. But I give it a 5 out of 10. I know it's very generous.
Oh damn.
Okay.
I did get some kind of enjoyment in the homages to certain films, not the Halloween ones, but the others. So,
this Dark Force Blu-ray is very out of print, and I'm sure soon you'll be buying it for $50 from Vinegar Syndrome. 4K, of course.
Oh God.
We'll find the sheriff. There'll be a commentary track. It'll be a hoot.
This is definitely not an upgrade for me. I mean, I overpaid for this anyway. The 88 films probably, but
Yep. Well, you got a commentary on that one, so I guess they're both, I think, probably crazy out of print, but the 88 films is a superior one.
Well,
but it's just
overpaid, and I don't even own it. So
they still owe you money.
Yeah, they do.
Lauren, what do you rate Offerings?
Well, everyone knows that I do schoolhouse grades because I think it's
That works.
the easiest way. Yeah, it's the easiest way for me to avoid getting like persnickety about, oh, I rate this a 7.5. That's nonsense, right? To me, it's like your enjoyment is either I enjoyed it a lot or I really hated it or something in between. There's only a few grades to me. This is a D-. It's not an F for only because it's of a certain vintage that has a feel of that vintage to it. It's weird because even like shot on video 80s stuff has a feel because of its age. So it benefits from something it didn't even try to do. And that's the majority of where I think it has any positive redeeming factors, to be honest. It's bad. It was made to be bad. There's no way anyone involved creatively with this thing thought they were making a good movie. They knew what they were doing because it's so blatant what they were doing. And they succeeded wildly in making a completely uninspired Halloween ripoff. That's not a goal worth having, but they did what they set out to do. And I guess in a non-artistic and non-entertainment sort of way, good job, guys. You beat Gus Van Sant to the punch by what? 8 years, 9 years? When he did exactly the same thing with a big budget. So D-, and it is what it is.
This is probably a tough question to answer, but do you guys have a movie that comes to mind if I said, what is the worst slasher movie ever made? Is there one that kind of hits you immediately that you would put there? I don't think Offerings is it, but
right, I'd have to think about that.
I mean, there's a lot of new ones.
I mean, you mentioned Terror 10 Killer and
Terror on Tour is pretty fucked.
Yeah. You talking all kind of years, not just.
I would say nothing post like 99 because there's a lot of really bad stuff at that point. But
I was going to mention the Bloody Murder movies. Some of those sequels are terrible. Nothing's jumping out. You've got Cheerleader Camp. I got on my, in front of me. That's pretty bad. Whether I would say it's one of the worst, I don't know.
It's ironic that's the most requested now that hasn't hit Blu-ray. I hear Cheerleader Camp come up all the time.
Oh yeah, that's worth a fortune, that DVD. I know that.
Yeah.
But no, I'd have to think about that more.
The problem with the question is, and no one wants to admit this because we love slasher films, right? Is that it's not a high art genre.
No. No.
If we're being honest about like film, the best slasher films barely make it into the range of great movies. The majority of them are far below that, but have different entertainment values. But you're not going to compare them with Night of the Hunter, right? You're just not. Okay. So the problem is like Prom Night objectively is not a great movie. It's not even probably a good movie.
No.
You might like it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not attacking. Terror Train, another great example to stay on.
Terror Train is one I keep forgetting. I'm like, oh wow, that's really not good at all. And I thought it was decent at least.
They got pacing issues. Prom. I got funny enough. I got UK quarter Prom Night up there, but I love the film. But I can't. Yeah, it's got pacing issues all the way through. So, the Prowler's another one. That's apart from those.
I've always liked the Prowler though.
Well, the Prowler is boring for its first 40 minutes or so.
Yeah.
But it's a genre that we are very forgiving of. So finding the worst is tough because how can you forgive the shortcomings of a film we genuinely like? Like Darren loves Terror Train. That's cool. I'd put it at the bottom of the Jamie Lee Curtis slasher, at least of the vintage stuff.
Yeah,
because I think certain more recent films pissed me off far more.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, but
trust me, like it won't be at the bottom for you, Lauren. I know what that one would be.
Yeah,
I mean, have you guys seen Scream 1981? That's pretty bad.
You know what? In terms of, that one is a slog, and I hated it.
It's unwatchable.
Well, that comes. How about Scream for Help?
Oh, yeah.
I kind of like that one. See, Michael Winner. Yeah. I mean, that's a weird movie because it doesn't. Because you've got this 14-year-old girl, and it kind of doesn't know what type of film it's going to be. I would call it a slasher, obviously. But I've always liked it. It's so cheesy, that one.
Yeah.
It's more entertaining than Scream 81.
Yeah, it's kind of sleazy as well, considering the age of the girl and that.
Yeah.
I guess that's what I'm saying, though, is just that, like, none of these films, the very few, are great films. So we make exceptions and we overlook their shortcomings because what we do get out of them is so valuable to us. So it's hard to forgive some films, but not others. So it's hard to come up with your choice of the worst. And that's just because of our feelings about the genre as a whole, I think.
Well, as far as like ones of that era, I'd say Scream 81, Terror at 10 Killer, like those
Terror at 10 Killer, you just gotta, if you can catch the vibe.
I think Terror on Tour is the worst shit.
That's worse, definitely.
I have not watched that in a long time.
The fucking editing and fucking horrendous.
Oh man, have you seen The Ripper, Tom Savini's film?
Oh, that's a bad fucking movie.
Oh god.
Bring it up to it.
Blood Cult as well. Even though I kind of can get some enjoyment from it, it is pretty bad. Yeah.
You know what's really weird, and this is one that I love from my childhood, but whenever I revisit, I'm reminded that it's really bad. Trick or Treat.
Oh yeah. That's
there's a film. It's a When a Stranger Calls ripoff, and but it also has a lot of pranks in it. The movie pranks.
Oh, it's got that annoying kid, isn't it? Yeah.
You talking about Trick or Treats?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it just doesn't work. Like as a kid, I love that movie. As an adult, it doesn't work at all.
Yeah, it's not that good.
But I'm never going to stop loving it because at a time in my life when I discovered it, it brought me great joy.
It's one of those movies. Yeah, it's another one. I never thought particularly high of it, but I mean Gary Graver, there's some cool stuff there for sure. And I remember everybody requesting that, and then Code Red finally put it out, and everybody was like, "Wow, this is a piece of shit." No,
I think we all have to experience whether you discovered it on cable or on VHS. I didn't have cable, so I discovered it on VHS. I rented that thing a lot.
Yeah,
and it's not good today. I mean, looking back. So that's the thing. Like, I think that those movies we didn't watch a lot as a kid or as a young person, if we're not going to have those feelings to defend the movies as sharply anyway.
Do you think it was maybe the cast in that one for you? Because I mean, it has a good cast: David Carradine, Steve Railsback. I mean, Paul Bartel even shows up in a small role in that. It's like it's a good cast.
I think it had. I think as a young man, when I discovered what we call slasher films now, because that really wasn't a term back when I discovered it.
Mhm.
You heard stalk and slash. You heard a lot of things.
Splatter.
There wasn't
Splatter.
a specific slasher, codified language, but it had all the elements. But yet my parents weren't scared of renting that one. So I think it became something that they would just be okay with. Because I mean, you have no real nudity in that movie. You have implied nudity leadingly.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't have massive bloodshed. The cover art or the movie poster was more graphic than anything in the movie.
Yeah.
And for the first 50 minutes or so, it's just a kid playing pranks. So it's kind of a safe film that I was allowed to watch at a very young age. So I think that more. I don't think as a kid I was all that aware of what good or bad acting really was.
Right. For me, it was always just looking for the most gruesome, goriest shit.
Right. Yeah.
that you could actually get your hands on.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then
I'm
you
gonna-
like as an adult watch something like Offerings, and it's like an alien species that have just observed humanity for about a week. Just like let's make a slasher.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
what
I'm
that
gonna
feels
throw
like.
one out there, right, which you might all kind of like jump on me. I don't know so much about Dirk, but Blood Rage, I could never. Nightmare at Shadow Woods, I could never get into that.
Oh,
I'm not
Blood
a
Rage.
rage, and I get shit up for it all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I've tried. It's not like I haven't tried. I tried.
Yeah, Blood
regularly
Rage is
to try and get it.
shit.
Oh man.
Blood Rage has wild shifts in quality of the film itself. Like
Right.
there are scenes that look like someone went to the department store during Halloween and bought props,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and there are scenes that actually look really, really nice and
Mm.
really well put together. And they sometimes those scenes butt up against each other. It's bizarre.
Yeah, I can think of
No.
a few examples like that. Like they just ran out of money at some point because the quality shifts are pretty wild. I like Blood Rage well enough, but it just you're right. There is a massive decrease in the effects from scene to scene sometimes. But
What about the
And even in the
Mutilator? Do you guys love that one? The
Mutilator, I can deal with more.
Mutilator is a childhood
it.
comfort food film.
Yeah.
from
I
the
like
80s.
Mutilator. We can't
doesn't
speak
go
ill
right
of
to it.
Mutilator because there is, Piz Core will come after us because
They haven't
I've not
formed
seen
yet.
that sequel.
We have
yet.
another 35 years before they're formed as a company, so we're good.
Okay.
There's
bought-
an entire mythos you have to take into account here.
Have you guys seen The Prey? The Arrow?
Oh,
yeah.
Brought it out. That is pretty bad. That was like really sought after when I started, trying to get the VHS, which I managed to get at one point. Yeah, it's pretty bad. But I don't know. I kind of like it. It's kind. I think it's like the Just Before Dawn kind of rip off, but
Yeah.
near as good.
Oh, very
yeah,
much
except
so.
like just forest footage for like from like the American Forestry Society or
Right.
something.
Yeah.
For most
yeah.
of the runtime. Hey, look, it's a badger.
There's
We're gonna watch
something,
the badger in your horror movie for 4 minutes.
there's something about slasher movies in particular. A lot of the younger fans now, I notice, like pretty much anything that has not hit Blu-ray or in a lot of cases even DVD, they really romanticize it without having ever seen it. Because I mean, I like anything to come out if it's obscure. Like, hey, let the world see it. But there's an obsession with some of these movies where I'm just like, have you not considered all the great horror TV movies, which we talk about a lot here, that are just gone, that I would take way before, not that it's lost, but something like Trick or Treats from 82. Like I could come up with like 50 things, 150 things off the top of my head before I'd have to have that.
Would you be excited for Body Count, the Adatos film?
I mean, that's a bad movie, and I love
Bad,
Adato.
but I want it so bad as well.
I don't like that fucking movie
David
at all.
Hess, Mimsy Farmer.
There's no defending that fucking movie.
Might be the worst movie he ever made.
I think
possibly. Like,
what's the
yeah,
fucking name?
Mimsy Farmer. I think
Mimsy Farmer, yeah.
Dirk, if that come out and had like Troy Howarth commentary and all that, I'm sure Dirk could get it.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, well,
I don't know.
look, if you buy it all,
Maybe
that's
if it dropped down to
understandable.
$13 or some shit, you know.
There you go. There you go.
It's so liberating not caring about special features because you're not ever bribed by this stuff.
Yeah, then it becomes like, yeah.
I gotta tell you, when you have these channels that'll do like compare releases and be like, yes, but this 14-minute the interview with this person is missing off that disc, so you better keep it. It drives me nuts because I'm like, you'll never watch it again. You will never in your life push play on that special feature again. You watched it once when you bought the disc. That's the last time you'll ever watch it. What you have to have it for ephemeral reasons, because if you decided you wanted to watch it, it would be there.
I'm guilty of that.
That is so insane to me. And I'm not criticizing if that's what your world is, man. That's cool. But me, back in the Laserdisc days, like Laserdisc, if you think like the boutique label thing, collectors are insane now. The Laserdisc collectors were crazier because it was all new and fresh.
Yeah.
It was new and fresh, and like director's commentaries, people were like mind blown about. So like people were like actually watching all that crap over and over and over, and it drove me nuts because the boxes started getting bigger and bigger. And yes, the Alien box set made sense, and that is still the best release of Alien ever because that documentary has never been released in its full form in any other format.
I don't understand that at all.
It's the best, but like you started getting like these ridiculous features for these movies that like. Like you're buying these laser discs because it was the best possible way at the time to see the films, and people started getting distracted.
Well, I have changed shit up, so I'm not gonna have 7 editions of one movie anymore. Like it's just not gonna happen. Like
I don't do that.
I'm getting the best the shit can sound and look, and then
Oh man, I've just got another version of Murder Rock, so I've got two in the space of like 3 weeks.
I love
I'm that guy alone, I think. Yeah. I do watch him more than once, so I will say that I do watch him kind of regular.
You're the one.
I mean, it's lower on the Fulci list, but I still
his last Giallo,
and it's his last film that has a consistently filmic look. After that point, we have to be there's some amateuristics out of budget that start to show up, and I mean that's fair. It's not pretty, but it's fair. Even Demonia has moments where I'm like, you can see the money was just fleeting away, and I love Demonia.
Okay, I was about to say I love Demonia too.
Yeah. But I can't fool yourself. It doesn't look like The Beyond or House by the Cemetery. Like people always kind of squint their eyes when I say that House by the Cemetery is my favorite Fulci, but that movie, every frame could be made into a painting.
Yeah, that's my second favorite. Yeah,
it's the most attention to detail on visual information that the man ever spent. I will say that. Like The Beyond has wilder imagery, no question about it, and I love The Beyond for being as batshit nuts as it is. But for mood and atmosphere, which is where I live, House by the Cemetery is the Fulci movie.
There's not really a wrong answer though at that period of peak Fulci. Like
I mean, Don't Torture Duckling and House by the Cemetery. There's not much in it, for me. Those two are like by far. And I used to be like The Beyond was my favorite for a long time. So. But House is moved above it.
So,
but I mean, I really love Beatrice Cenci though. That fucking movie's gorgeous.
Do you have the French release of that movie?
I have the 88 films version.
So the French version has more information on the right and left side of the screen. So clearly the ratio aspect, although they seem to be the same, there's more information there. So I'm not sure exactly where they pulled the print from, but if you like that film looking grand,
okay.
I'm in there. I just told you not to buy 7 versions of a movie, and then
so it looks better than the 88. Then I guess.
It's just different. It's just a different experience, and that was Fulci working with real money.
Yeah.
That is,
and that was his favorite film until he made Don't Torture. But
I think it's funny though, because and I don't mean to make this about. We're talking about The Offering.
Yeah, we're on Fulci.
You know, like whatever we can,
palate
better
cleaner.
stuff.
That's what it is. But the funny thing is, like, I used to have problems with City of the Living Dead because I didn't quite get the understated nature of its narrative. It doesn't really promote how complex its story is, and it seems like a very surface story, which The Beyond is, by the way. Beyond does not have depth. Beyond is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's dreamlike. It's atmospheric, and that score, holy shit! But there's not much more there. But City of the Living Dead is actually kind of there is layers of honeycomb to that story, and I didn't get that as a young man. A lot of people are still baffled by the very end. All I'll say is there's a scene in the middle of the film that explains the last scene. Yeah. And once you identify it, you'll be like, holy shit.
Yep.
I like that it doesn't hold your hand now. So that's risen a lot. But there is moments in City of the Living Dead where that hold it back for me because it's so let's get to the big effect scene. Whereas like House by the Cemetery doesn't mind just stewing you in this dark elixir of
the mood,
like, this very new wave gothic. It's not noir, but it has a depth to its darkness that is kind of unique to it. I think it's a very special film.
Yeah, it's an impressive list of what I consider just about perfect movies from Fulci. So,
yeah, Freudstein.
Christopher Reynolds, you sir are no Lucio Fulci.
I was going to say it just makes sense at all. We spent more time talking about other things than offerings, but like take that for what you will. Like people who's watching.
Yeah,
sometimes you have to segue.
Go watch a Fulci movie.
Yeah, and put yourself through offerings. Definitely, New Gladiators, even anything. Just
yeah.
I'm gonna say Lizard in a Woman's Skin because I know a lot of people who, for whatever reason, have not watched that one. And I love Lizard.
I love that film. Yeah.
Fulci and psychedelia are not easy bedfellows, but that's the best example of it.
Oh, absolutely, by far. Yeah, I mean, like I said, there's no wrong answer, but I do put that up there pretty high. So.
I always think that and All the Colors of the Night.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Martino
belong together because
but absolutely.
Unfortunately, in that case, I think Martino wore it better, but it's still you can't go wrong by watching it.
Yeah. Well, Martino's still with us, and he's making appearances at different screenings. I think I want to say Torso somewhere a while back. So
he was in the UK a week ago, I think, or 10 days ago, something like that.
Yeah,
he
is one I got to meet.
Yeah. And Argento's getting on. I don't think he does conventions.
Cronenberg, you know. I just watched Shrouds.
So. What'd you think? I love Shrouds.
Man. I dug it. Yeah. I liked it better than Crimes of the Future.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree, but I liked Crimes of the Future quite a lot.
I liked it too. Yeah. There's nothing I didn't like that he's made. So
if he goes out on the Shrouds, which I hope not. I mean, I know he's in the 50s, so you just never know, but that's a good way to close.
I love that fucking
epic career.
I love the way it ends.
A lot of people don't. I listened, like literally people in the theater is like, what the fuck was that?
Right.
I've not seen it, but that concept like is really strange, but it's got me like
very
wanting to see it.
Original, man.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you tell an original story? This
exactly
is my life.
Yes.
And again, that final scene makes complete sense if you compare it with what's described earlier in the film. It'll become clear. And yeah, it's kind of, when I do those autopsies, it's sometimes people will comment things like, well, do you always feel like it's an unreliable narrator? And it's like, that's kind of what horror is.
Yeah.
That's kind of the whole genre. So yes, it usually is an unreliable narrator to some degree. There usually are characters who are not what they seem. That they either represent something, another person, or there are a projection. That's kind of what ghosts are. Like, so the Gothic tradition is just there. But and the Shrouds does that, but it does it really cleverly. And I appreciated that it felt like a really morbid mystery.
Yeah.
What I heard from people is that people were saying, "Oh, there's some bad acting," which blew my mind.
I was like,
Like the sequences where it's like obviously meant to be internal, not necessarily dream sequences, but like psychological, like internal psychological moments, such as a woman who keeps coming back to bed with pieces missing from her.
yeah.
Not a literal, and it's made very obvious. The acting style is exaggerated because they wanted to. Well, Cronenberg wanted to accentuate that. He didn't want to confuse you and make you think that you were seeing something real.
Right. That's nightmare sequence or dream sequence. Yeah.
Did he write that after he lost his wife? I think I was reading up on.
Yeah.
So yeah,
he tried
I'm
to
kind
make
of going in apprehensive to that because I think it might be like an emotional film to watch. I think for me.
Yeah, I'd be curious to maybe we'll do that at one point. Not really exactly a drive-in movie, but
right.
I'm all for that. Yeah.
Shrouds needs a deeper dive.
It is a double feature with M. Butterfly, just so it looks even better.
There you go. We're going classy after these slashers, but all right, let's see if we can do better with our next slasher, which I think we will. I don't know. I haven't talked to you guys about it yet, but we'll see if you enjoyed this one more. And that is 1987's Twisted Nightmare from director Paul Hunt. And in this film, completely original, a group of teens visit a childhood summer camp. Members start vanishing mysteriously, and the survivors suspect the link to the prior death of a disabled child. This is a weird synopsis. Hunt for truth as disappearances escalate. I think you get it, but it's written very odd there, but like AI or something. I could have just read it off of this because, of course, again, I got it. But so Twisted Nightmare. Now this one also obscure, but a little less so than our previous film because Cleve Hall, rest in peace, the Monster Man.
Absolutely.
He worked on this. Very I got to meet him a bunch of times, and his daughter Constance, they were always pretty cool. So that's probably like the only like major notable thing on this film, because I mean Cleve Hall worked on Nightmare in a Damaged Brain, Terror Vision, Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai, one of my favorite films. I love that movie. And yeah, he doesn't get the love.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Shit.
Oh yeah, he did do that. Yeah. Yeah. I was not a Pee-wee fan growing up. I feel bad now.
What is that shit? The Marge shit?
Large Marge.
Fucking 18-wheeler. That scene's always still kind of cool. But the cinematographer, man, Gary Graver.
Mm-hmm.
He was the last cinematographer for Orson Welles.
He was everything from Orson Welles to Smut. Like he did it all.
He did Dracula versus Frankenstein, 71, Trick or Treats, which is funny enough, we were talking about a minute ago.
Yeah.
Toolbox Murders, 1978, and The Other Side of the Wind. I guess that's the Orson Welles, right?
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen that film, but
it's been a long time. I mean, he's another one. Like the lows are really low, but there is a lot of good work there too. If you comb,
look at his film. Check out his filmography. He's got shit tons.
Oh, well, Trick or Treats. It came up earlier, so
yeah.
If this movie looks familiar to you, you get a little deja vu. That's because it was shot on the same sets as Friday the 13th 3D, which I believe it was the barn, and just a lot of the same locations as Friday the 13th 3D. I remember watching this for the first time and kind of getting that feeling because apparently those sets that still exists. That has not the barn. I'm sure it's got to be falling apart by now, but it still exists. And
this was this was made around about the same time, but like sat on the shelf for like 5 years.
So I did do a little digging on that. This is a weird one because I think they have a copyright of like 82 on it or something, but Cleve Hall did confirm it was shot between 85 and 86 and came out in 87. So it apparently, at least from what he remembers, the movie was like significantly quite a bit of it shot before he came in, because it seems odd him playing the killer Matthew in this one. That is because there was a 6'8" giant that was in the role. Apparently it was a prima donna, did not like any of the makeup, and they just fired him and said, Cleve, there you go. Even though some of the prosthetics didn't fit him because he's not a particularly large man, just there you go. Just go for it. And I think he didn't like having the hand appliances or something. So he stepped in. But yeah, it was shot 85, 86. And Cleve Hall talks about it. This is one of those movies that got hacked up pretty significantly because they shot a lot of more extreme gore. But at that time, this was one of those movies. It's like, well, if you have all these boobs, you can't have the gore. You got to choose one or the other. And I guess at this point they were like, all right, boobs it is. So lot more to say about this, but did you like it more than
I like it more than Offering.
Yeah.
But what do you think about that opening with the Native American speaking English and shit? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, what's going on there? like it starts off, you're like, oh, okay, this is gonna be some Indian burial ground shit. It never goes back. Never goes back, you know. Like
the narrative in this
what is the connection of the Indian guy with Matthew? I was kind of bewildered.
I guess he's a fucking spirit just hanging out, and he's evil, and you know, like whatever.
Matthew or the Indian
the
guy?
Native American.
Yeah, if you're trying to find logic in this one,
it's never explained. Like, it's not like
no, it's not explained. But I'm just saying, like Matthew gets teased by some girls, and he runs off screaming.
Didn't you find that weird too? Because this is not like Carrie level bullying. It's like
no, they're not bullying him. Really, it's like I think they would have gave him some.
It was kind of like 30 seconds. We're gonna get you laid, Matthew, and then he's like, no, and then he just runs into the barn and somehow gets lit on fire.
And then he's got goggles and shit on, and
the stuntman, very obvious. I mean, hey, kudos for doing a burn like that. Like that.
It was a good,
terrifying, but yeah, you could see.
Why did it happen? The Native American. I guess just
magic light beam something.
He was the only one set on fire. Yet none of the band was.
None of the band
was caught fire.
No,
and the supernatural element as well, because it is a supernatural slasher. For me, it gave me big vibes of like the look of him, like Madman, even though he's nothing like, you know what I mean, just a hulking presence, and he's kind of in the shadows, which kind of helps for the budget as well.
That cover art
scenes are really dark, isn't they? You know.
Yeah,
I love the cover art. Yeah,
looks just like Madman shit.
Yeah. I think that's what they were going for, pretty much.
Right.
And the oldest teenagers, some of the oldest I have ever seen. Man. There's a character called Dean.
I was going to say, I got it written down, Dean.
Dean. Kenneth Roper Jr., who did not do anything else for reasons that might be apparent. But this is at least, I swear to God, had to be 45-year-old John Holmes looking mustachioed menace. I
mean, he looks older than me, and I'm coming up 54 in a few weeks. And he literally looks older than me.
The acting in this is really bad. Once again, although a lot of these people do have credits, at least a few of them. But there's a scene again where Dean is just having a minor argument with his girlfriend, and that when he just busts out, "Hey, don't ever call me a pussy," and then he just rage flips this cot for no reason. Like his acting was just like,
and he's all like,
I get why they were going with the whole like asshole character and all that, but why would that bird be with him in the first place? Like, because there's nothing redeeming in that. What does
he say? He says, "You're all just a bunch of assholes, and fuck you too, Brendan. I never liked your fucking brother either."
Some of the acting in this is really funny.
Shit,
I do this one. I think is more entertaining. It's much sleazier as well. It's not good. I mean, the killer, I guess, kind of comparable to like Humongous, which is a better movie in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
Similar to that movie, also in that the VHS I remember was a rough watch, very dark. I felt like I really didn't see this movie until later. Honestly, the Blu-ray too. Like, this is another thing I'm expecting at some point Vinegar Syndrome to put out in some giant new edition. But the big, honestly, the biggest highlight here is just the sleaze and some of just insane acting choices.
What about that one chick with her wig though, man? Like that wig is just
cut her hair. Yeah, she just cut her hair, and they had to. Yeah, there's a lot of goofs there it's on this movie. Actors that just decided they weren't showing up anymore. Mark Kopach, who was on a TV show, I believe, in the 60s called Julia. He's in this, and he was one that just decided, I'm just not showing up anymore. So it kind of shows. And I mean, apparently Cleve Hall said like that the director Paul Hunt did have a bit of a drinking problem, and that may also show here. This is rumored to have had an $890,000 budget, which
damn,
wow, that's high.
That's hard to believe.
Probably not. But big body count. There is something about this. We also have this meathead, this Asian meathead character with a mullet. And I have never, I've never seen an actor that cannot emote at all.
Yeah, I mean, that's Bolo Young, discount Bolo Young, right?
With no talent. Yes. Like, it's
he's
just like,
there, he's jacked up, and his arms are like huge.
Oh my God.
And they try to make him into like this kind of hunter guy with all the rifles and
he's got his fucking crossbow, man, and like they're hunting. Like, look at the shit they're wearing when they're hunting too. Like you're wearing a fucking white jacket with fucking light blue, and you got a crossbow with and the shit ain't even ready to go. Like I don't know what the fuck you're doing, man. Like,
I believe he was in the scene where Dean flips the cot. And he kind of comes in and he's just like, "Are you okay, Laura?" And it's like, "Oh,
what's going on in here?"
And then it's like, "I will leave you now."
Right, who thought it was a good idea as well? Like, so 2 years previous, your brother's been killed in this horrific accident at this, where they are, like this camp or whatever it is. And then they get invited back anonymously. They all think it's a good idea to go back.
Yeah, they all win a trip, right? Ain't that the plot? Like they all win a trip back to the camp.
Yeah. They somehow don't suspect that she might be behind it.
Yeah.
It's very this one's
kind of plot in a way.
Yeah, this one's very stupid. But it is, again, more entertaining, better shot. Like there is Cleve Hall's working on it, so you do have moments that kind of comes to life. I wish we could have seen all of his effects work on this one, but like I said, maybe at some point we'll get the proper cut of it. But this is just one of those movies. Sometimes the flubbed lines they just leave in. They didn't do a second take. It's out of the two, I don't think I'll ever watch Offerings again unless it was specifically for some kind of a show. I'll revisit Twisted Nightmare once in a while if I want to have a good laugh, because I do think it's at least
I mean, Offerings, I'm good. I don't never got to see that shit again, but I'd check this one out. Yeah.
There's no mystery in this one either. It's pretty obvious what's going on, from the get-go, especially with the sister as well, because she starts doing all this weird shit, and she
cutting herself with a fucking straight razor.
What was all that about? Like, I don't know. And I take it she's into all the magical side and what have you with the Indian guy, but I don't know.
Yeah, it gives it away at the very beginning, right? Like,
yeah. There's no, like you say, there's no big reveal or anything really.
No, not really. It was originally shot as Ancient Evil. It got changed to Twisted Nightmare. Ancient Evil is actually a really bad mummy movie that got made many years later. Look, I guess out of the two, this certainly is the one that wins the head-to-head. But you don't have to see it. I would not recommend, because both of these movies are very, very out of print. I wouldn't say spend big money on it, because I can't imagine that it's not going to come out again. It is on YouTube if you want to watch it.
Yep.
Not the best transfer, but I would say before you hunt down some super expensive copy, check that out.
On that Blu-ray, Dan, has it got like a blue tint to it, like Madman? Because when I was watching it on YouTube, there's a real heavy blue tint to the film, which I kind of like,
Yeah, it's there. I mean, and again, this is Code Red, and some of their releases, were not fantastic. We're not talking Arrow video quality, but they also put out a lot of stuff that at that point I thought I'd never see. So you got to give Bill credit.
The best special feature they ever did, Code Red, was when they did the Nightmare on a Damaged Brain, and they put the whole interview with the director, but not in English, just in Italian, no subtitles. Crazy.
And he'd yell at you about that too if you brought it up on the Code Red board.
And take you off the mailing list and all sorts. Yeah.
But Code Red found the print for this one too. This is a movie. Only 12 prints existed. The source material was gone. So Bill was pretty good about resurrecting some stuff like this, and certainly Nightmare on a Damaged Brain. I mean, that is an awesome movie. This is an awesome movie. It's fun.
This I found though at times, so they really dragged it out the whole film, didn't they? You got slow motion scenes. You've got the
ice house
extended part. You see, the ice house, football. This could have been done in an hour easily. But you could. That's the one thing I will say. Like pacing issues were prominent.
Yeah, there's a few cool kills that come through. I mean, just the sheriff getting his head torn off, and Sherry getting just picked up and flung onto the antlers. A good homage there to
Silent Night.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
So hey, check this one out if you've never seen it. I think it's worth a watch, but just know what you're getting into. You're getting fun, not so much quality on this one. So any closing thoughts before we rate this one? The yawn says it all.
I
like it.
I will say that this is, was it kind of ripping off the Burning and
a little bit
Friday the 13th,
even like Night of the Demon. You got the one where he gets the guy's head and he puts it on. He burns the guy's face. That was from Night of the Demon.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's enjoyable enough. I would buy it. I've got it on VHS, but I need to dig that out because it's all in boxes. But I mean, in terms of Blu-ray, I think I would get this one.
Okay. I give this. I can't go higher than a 6, even though I have fun with it. So I'm going to stick with a 6.
Yeah, it's 5. It's a 5 out of 10. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Same for me. It's like 5.5. I would say. It was a 6. I watched it years ago, so I literally went back on my letterbox and seen I give it a 6. So it went down a point or half a point for me. But yeah, I mean, it's Twisted Nightmare, man. What do you expect?
There you go. So we'll be back next time with some better movies, I think. But it's summer. I know some of you guys wanted some slashers, and well, we don't like doing the same shit over and over. So here you go. 2 obscure slashers tonight. Let us know what you think if you're a fan of either of these in the comments. If there's anything you're interested in us covering, please let it be known. I like getting your suggestions. And yeah, at some point we are going to have to do that Sergio Martino show, because I am
absolutely, yeah,
I am eager to do that. But
yeah.
Hey, at least it wasn't Oasis of the Zombies. I believe that was the last time you were on, Lauren.
Oh God, yeah. Lauren's not having the best of luck with these. To be honest, we need some ones Lauren likes.
Yes.
I don't know. It's kind of better if it's films that I'm not going to get in trouble for bashing.
Okay, yeah.
This is the one place I can come in. It's not terribly controversial. So
there'll be somebody that'll defend Offerings to the death, though.
No, there won't be.
Hey, those people exist.
Listen, no. I've said it a million times. I don't like the phrase guilty pleasures because to me, you should just accept that you like bad movies. Okay.
Yeah.
There's a simple truth. It's like you can say, I like something, it is objectively not good. There's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't make it good because you like it. That's not how it works. I like some real crap, and that's cool. But I don't defend what isn't going to appeal to more people than a handful of people in a room. This thing, Offerings, is not going to appeal to most, even horror fans. I mean, maybe, again, if you love the look of that time period, that's what you'll get out of it, and that's cool.
Yeah.
But anything else beyond that, there's such better options for that same pleasure.
There is. Well, once again, guys, thanks for joining us. Dirk, Darren, what do you guys have coming up on your channel? You've been killing it lately with the interviews.
Go on, Dirk.
Yeah, well, we're going to be covering, going to finish up the Years of Lead Arrow box set. I think it's
nice.
No, the Case is Happily Resolved.
Yeah.
Revolver. And Highway Racer.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we'll be covering those.
We've got a bit of Oliver Reed coming up in a Pistaski, so it should be fun.
Yeah. Yeah. and we got Ercolani on the channel. We just did an interview with him. So
very good interview, by the way. I enjoyed that show quite a bit. I came into it late. I would have liked to have asked some questions, but that was a very good show. So go listen to it. And on that note, we will see you guys back here next time. Take care.
Yep. Later, y'all.